Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Vintage Cube draft. Before we hop into this one, I want to quickly mention again that I am teaching a group coaching program this Vintage Cube season that I'm really excited about. I've had a lot of people sign up so far, and they seem to be liking it pretty well. So if that's something that might interest you, then you can sign up with the link in the description. This pack is good. There's no power, no clear picks, but there's some good options. Ancient Tomb, Strip Mine, and Volcanic Island are the main ones I'm looking at. 3 lands. Volcanic Island is sweet, but honestly, I think Strip Mine is the pick. This card is just ridiculously good, and it goes into pretty much any deck. Yeah, let's take the Strip Mine. This card is very, very strong. Okay. Emrakul is spicy. There's Ramanap Excavator. Honestly, maybe that's the pick. This combo is not amazing in my opinion in general. I mean, it is a good combo, but, like, you know, you need to have your 3-mana creature survive. You need to draw them together and whatnot. But, well, actually, Knight of the Reliquary is also pretty good there. Oh, that's close. I think we do take the Ramanap and try and wheel Knight of the Reliquary. If we didn't take that, like, what would we take? I mean, we could just take Seasoned Hallowblade or Seasoned Pyromancer. That's sort of funny that they're both seasoned. Because Strip Mine is very good in aggressive decks. But those aren't, like, the best cards. If it was, like, a Ragavan or a Mother of Runes, I would take that, probably. But I think I'm going to speculate on the Ramanap Excavator. Hopefully neither Reliquary comes around. We'll see where we end up. It's possible that this totally just ends up not working out, but I think I like this start. Okay, now we have Mox Diamond, which is good with Ramanap Excavator as well. And there's also Temple Garden if the Knight of the Reliquary wheels. I think I like taking the Mox Diamond, though. This is also very, very good if we play an aggressive deck. Yeah, let's take the Mox. Okay, now we have Porcelain Legionnaire, just as a good, cheap creature. Reclamation Sage, which, if we're trying to attack their mana, then attacking their artifacts is an important part of that. I think it's between these two. I do like the Legionnaire goes into any deck. I think that's the right pick up here. If green ends up being relatively open, Reclamation Sage would probably be slightly better. But this means, like, with Strip Mine, Mox Diamond, and Porcelain Legionnaire, there's so many different directions we could go. And even if we do end up in some sort of, like, green mana denial strategy, Porcelain Legionnaire is still good because mana denial is only effective if you're backing it up with pressure. Yeah, I'll take the Legionnaire here. Okay, no, wow, a lot of multicolored cards here. No green cards I'm particularly interested in. I think we might just want to take the Gideon. Banefire is also pretty good. But yeah, let's take the Gideon. This card is very good. We're still hoping to wheel the Knight of the Reliquary as well, so we could be like green-white, like Ponza aggro. Well, there's a Reanimate. We're not missing out on... There's 3 white cards here, so I do think white is open. But that late of a Reanimate is a bit of a sign. I think we're going to speculate on this. And we'll see. I mean, if the Knight of the Reliquary comes around and we get some more good stuff with our current strategy, then we can go that direction. But that is a super late Reanimate. Okay, immediately we have a pack with no reanimation spells, so that's a little unfortunate. But there's an Elite Spellbinder. Also, Razorverge Thicket, but I'm not in love with this card. I think I'd rather have the Spellbinder, especially if we already have Strip Mine. Okay, it looks like that was just a one random pack. I don't think Reanimator's actually open. Nahiri is decent. There's Copperline Gorge. I mean, like, if we get Ren in 6, we would love to be able to play that. But I think I'm just going to take the Sun Gold Sentinel here. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, Knight of the Reliquary didn't come around. It's possible we just need to end up playing Mono White. Oh, wait, actually, I think Knight of the Reliquary might have been in the next pack. Scrubland is good in some ways that this could go, but I think I'd rather just take the Spectral Procession. Okay, Knight of the Reliquary did come around, so now this is sort of a moment of truth. Do we take the Hallowblade or the Knight? I think I like taking the Knight. Hellblade is really good. There's also some good reanimation cards in this pack, but we're definitely not doing that at this point. Let's see. Hellblade. Knight of the Reliquary does require us to play green, which makes our mana much less consistent. I think Seasoned Hellblade is the right pick here, unfortunately. I would love to be able to do the Knight of the Reliquary thing, but, like, Yeah, this just looks like it's more open, and we can just be more consistent and play other colorless lands. And this is a genuinely very good start. Like, we have some very strong 2-drops, probably the best 4-drop, maybe the 2 best 3-drops, Mox Diamond, Strip Mine. Like, this looks like the start of a very, very strong aggressive white deck. Oust or Sword? I think I'd rather take the Oust. Pretty good removal. The life gain is a little bit annoying in a deck that's trying to attack your opponent's life total, but it's still fine. Oof. Well, all right. I'm not surprised that these are the last 3 cards. I'll take Progenitus. It has some value against Brain Freeze Storm. I honestly still might not want to play it, but if it's like between that or Oust, I would definitely rather have the Progenitus. The ones that shuffle in, like, so this shuffles itself in, which is some value against Brain Freeze. It's way better if it's something that shuffles your entire graveyard in, which this doesn't do, but it's still good. Okay. I think we just take a Mutavault here. Parallax Wave and Hero of Bladehold are both decent, but not amazing. I think I'll take Parallax Wave before the Hero, but Mutavault's just amazing. We're gonna have tons of playables, it looks like. So upgrading the mana base with a land that can also give additional value is pretty nice. Gaia's Cradle could be good in this deck, but I still think I'd rather take the Mutavault. Okay. Urza Saga is interesting. There's also Cathar Commando and Cemetery Protector. Urza Saga for Mox Diamond is not great. But I think I'm still going to take that, and then we'll see if we have no other artifacts, then we might not end up being able to play it, but, like, it's not that big of a deal to pass, just like a medium 2-drop. Okay, now we can take Stoneforge Mystic. We have no artifact, or no equipment yet, and we did pass both Batterskull and Sword of Feast and Famine, but still high upside pick, and if we get Skull Clamp, then that would be really good with both Saga and Mystic, and we already have the Spectral Procession. Okay, can't pass a Student of Warfare. Marsh Flats would be decent. Karn would be decent. Tireless Tracker would be really good if we were splashing green. And Student of Warfare probably will come around, but I really don't want to risk it. Like, we're probably not actually playing any of these other cards. I don't think we have any value in a Marsh Flats, so I just want to guarantee that we get the very strong 1-drop. Just made another sale. You love to see it. Other than Moxen, I guess there's Moxen and Skull Clamp. I don't think I would want to play. I guess like Relic of Progenitus could also be a decent value target for that. Whoa, that's sort of funny timing. Condemn. Tinker is great, but this isn't a Tinker deck. Godless Shrine. Yeah, let's take the Relic. I don't like this card in aggressive decks very much. Yeah, I think Relic is the pick here. With a Saga, and then it's also just like really good interaction against a lot of decks, including some of our hardest matchups. Like, Reanimator is a tough matchup for mono white in general, but with both Sun Gold Sentinel and Relic of Progenitus, we have pretty good ways to combat them. If we end up with, like, Vryn Wingmare and Thalia, then we might end up needing to cut this. Okay. Silverblade Paladin, but I think we just want to take the Mana Tithe. Hopefully the Paladin comes around. I would be very happy to play this, but Mana Tithe is just phenomenal. There's Recurring Nightmare and Collective Brutality. Some good reanimation cards, but we're pretty solidly in this lane at this point, and I think it's a good one to be in. This is a pretty bad pack for us. Boomhawk Courier is an artifact that we can grab with Urza Saga, but, like, I mean, we could play a couple mountains and try and make it happen. The alternative is just Soulfire Grandmaster, which is pretty bad. I don't think we're playing Smokestack. Yeah, this is essentially just a 2-2 with lifelink for 2. I'm going to speculate on the Boomhawk Courier here, I think. If we do end up getting, like, we don't even need that many red sources. If we had, like, 2 red sources or 3 red sources, then Boomhawk Courier would be fine. I would like a couple equipment to make the Stoneforge work. And then we actually have like almost too many cheap plays, which is sort of not a thing that can happen in general. But I wouldn't mind. This is like one of the rare situations where I would actually be sort of happy to pick up some 3 and 4 drops. 6 drop might be a little bit too much. We could take on Holy Heat and try and lean into the red splash, but we have no fixing and we have 3 colorless lands. Yeah, that doesn't really seem feasible. Let's take the Sun Titan. And the reason I'm taking this is because it actually is an okay sideboard card in some matchups. Okay, Parallax Wave or Hero of Bladehold. I know I said I liked Parallax Wave better earlier, but we're a little bit light on threats. I still think we got to take the Parallax Wave, though. It just lets you just dominate creature matchups so much. Okay, Cemetery Protector is not that good, in my opinion. I think I'd rather have the Cathar Commando. I would maybe play this. Then we could have 3 pieces of Graveyard Hate. But yeah, I think I'd rather just have the solid beatdown creature. Take Grim Lavamancer in case somehow that happens. Okay, red is looking reasonably open. Faithbound Judge, all right. Nice, Silverblade Wield. That's pretty huge. Okay, this deck is looking really good. I wouldn't mind a Mox, like a real Mox, and maybe like 1 or 2 more 3 and 4 mana plays. Actually, I guess we're light on 1 mana creatures too. We have a lot of 1 mana spells, but like Relic is maybe dicey. We might just cut the Relic in the Saga. So getting like, I think there's, yeah, we have Giver of Runes. Getting like Mother of Runes, Kythian, just 1 mana creatures that can help us to curve out well would be the best thing we could do here. Okay, there's a Kythian. There's also, oh wow, a lot of good options here actually. Skullclamp, Solitude, and Kythian would all be phenomenal. I think it's actually correct to pick the Skullclamp and then wheel one of these two. Yeah, let's do that. With both Stoneforge and Urza Saga, this gives us essentially 3 copies of Skullclamp. So we can now take cards that work well with Skullclamp incredibly highly. Oh my gosh, this pack is so good for us. Skyclave Apparition, Figure of Destiny, and Sword of Fire and Ice would all be phenomenal. And Banishing Light would be okay. I think we got to take the Figure of Destiny, though. I do really want to get the Sword, but it's just such a good 1-drop. Yeah, I'm going to take this. It is very close, but I think Figure of Destiny is the right pickup there. An interesting marker of win rate. Like, I wonder, out of all the games where you use all of your mana every turn, you probably win, like, almost all of those games. And this sort of curve lets you do that very effectively. Okay, now we have Mishra's Factory, Leonin Relic Warder, and not Ashen Rider, Gideon Blackblade. Another really close decision. I kind of want to take the Factory and then wheel one of these two. Yeah, one of those two should come around. We can take the Factory here. And 4 colorless lands is a lot. I might be willing to play 1 more, but not more than that. So we'll see what we get. I'd love to get a Wasteland, but I'm also fine just playing Plains in this. Oh, wow. All right. Recruiter of the Guard would be amazing, but I'm not going to pass a Jite here. This is looking like a great Stoneforge package now. Yeah, this looks really, really good, actually. I think this deck is phenomenal. You can't really count Mox Diamond as a land at all, so we need like 5 spells or so, something like that. Should be pretty easy to pull off. And this is now looking like a very good Urza Saga deck. We may or may not want to main deck this Relic. Like, we could just play Saga primarily to get Skullclamp. We'll see. Ooh, Thalia. Okay. Walking Bliss is good, but we definitely want to take the Thalia. We're a little bit high on non-creatures, actually, but it's still just one of the best things you can do, especially on turn 1 off of Mox Diamond. Now we'll take a Dante Vanguard. Restoration Angel's only okay. It's pretty good with Elite Spellbinder, but there's really not many other things it works particularly well with. And I really like 3/1s in this sort of deck because they hit hard on turn 2, and then if they're sort of bricked by some sort of beefy creature on the ground, then you can just cast them in for cards with Skull Clamp. I think the single best card we could get at this point would be Palace Jailer. Okay, Flicker Wisp is another good one. Yeah, pretty happy to get that. The ability isn't amazing in terms of like getting value with Blade Splicer or something, but it is very good for just dealing with opposing things like tokens and things like that. So probably 2 more spells. Intrepid Adversary, pretty good card. There's Hallowed Fountain, but yeah, that doesn't really help us at this point, so we'll take the Adversary. This deck is looking really good. We only have 3 1-mana creatures. But we also have other ways, like, I think that's okay. We have other turn 1 plays, and then with Mox Diamond, we can play a 2-drop on turn 1. There's a few cards that we were hoping to wheel. We could get Skyclave Apparition to come around. Leonin Relic Warder, Gideon Blackblade. I think there's at least one more pretty good one that we might want to come around. Our removal is a little bit lacking. We have Parallax Wave and Oust, and that's really our only ways to deal with creatures. So we could struggle against green decks. Nice. Solitude. Okay, that actually helps a ton. Yeah, that's a very, very good pickup. Not playing Yorion. Sorry, Yorion. And we get the Skyclave. Very nice. And now we have a really hard decision. Relic Warder or Gideon. I think I'm going to take the Gideon. I do love Leonin Relic Warder. But we have a lot of colorless lands, which makes it a little bit harder to cast. And we have so many 2-drops already, whereas we're relatively light on 3s. And we just, like, don't have big creatures. Like, having, like, you know, we don't have that many creatures that have more than 3 power. I think I like this slightly more, although it is very close. Okay, Recruiter of the Guard is pretty good. Walking Ballista, geez. All right. I think that's probably starting the board. Okay, we're going to need to make some cuts here. Let's move Relic to the board. Recruiter of the Guard can find Solitude. Yeah, I think Recruiter of the Guard is good. Maybe we cut Mox Diamond, actually. No, I think it's too good. Like, I actually sort of hate this card. There's a lot of situations where it's very, very bad. But it does enable some broken starts, which I think is important for this sort of deck. We could... No, I was going to say we could cut Parallax Wave, but I think that's not correct. All these 2-drops seem pretty good. Maybe it is Mox Diamond, actually. Yeah, we could just throw in, like, 11 basic plane. Like, I would not feel super comfortable playing Mox Diamond and only 15 lands. Yeah, I think we'll run like this, and then in games where we're on the draw, we'll bring in Mox Diamond and be very happy about it. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I'll run it like this and see you in round 1. All right, we have our opponent for round 1. And we win the die roll. Very good start against Pigeon Wings. We are on the play, and I'll keep this hand. No 1-mana play is a little bit sad, but we have turn 2 Thalia. We have Strip Mine, which is very good with Thalia. We could also potentially get Urza Saga going if we want to. Ragavan, okay. I think I'm going to hold off on the Saga for now and just play Thalia. So this is pretty good against Ragavan. If they have specifically a 1-mana removal spell, they can get through. But it looks like they don't. So now we can just go... I think Strip Mine their island and then play Sun Gold Sentinel. Yeah, that seems good. Is there anything I'm afraid of here? No, I think I'm going to go to combat, and I will attack here. Mystical Tutor. Okay, that's a little strange. Let's see what they get with that. Burst Lightning. So they want to kill the Thalia. In that case, we're not going to attack for sure. We'll just play the Sun Gold Sentinel, exile their Mystical Tutor, and pass. So they can Burst Lightning the Thalia and then attack with the Ragavan. I'll trade with the Sun Gold Sentinel, and that's a fine exchange for us. Adonto Vanguard. Okay, I think for mana efficiency, we want to go Recruiter here. The question is, do we want to play Saga or Plains? I think we'll go Saga. And then we can get a 1-drop with the Recruiter, so we can make a token and play the 1-drop next turn. And then we have 1-drops that are good, good value plays. Like we can get Figure of Destiny and then level that up later. Brainstorm is totally fine. All right, so we'll go Plains, swing for 1, play Figure of Destiny, and then make a token end of turn. So Saga's going to make 2 3/3s for us. That's pretty good. I just really hope we don't draw the Skull Clamp. That would be quite tragic. Okay. So let's attack with everything to start. And then I think we just want to equip this Skull Clamp to the Recruiter of the Guard and hope to hit a land. Okay, no land, but we're in a really good position. A lot of pressure on board, a stacked hand, removal for creatures, removal for non-creatures. All right, let's go Plains and attack with everyone. I think we're just going to go level up Figure of Destiny to hit them for 8. Play Adonto Vanguard and hold up Mana Tithe. All right, no play end of turn. I have no idea what they could have here. Lotus Petal, okay. Mind's Desire for 2. Okay, so they're playing Storm. Oh, they hit Thousand Year Storm. That's actually a little scary. But not that scary, I think. We'll see what they get with this. Storm has got to be our best matchup, though. That's very good for us. We don't really have a side. Or we can bring in, actually, yeah, Relic and Mox Diamond will be pretty solid here. They get Probe, play Thousand Year Storm. They can play Probe and draw 2 cards. All right, there we go. So, took down Storm in game 1. Let's bring in Relic and Mox Diamond and cut Parallax Wave for sure, and then maybe Oust. They do have Ragavan, but that's probably the only creature we really care about. Skyclave Apparition might be pretty bad, actually. I think I like Solitude more than Skyclave Apparition, although maybe not. The lifelink isn't really relevant. I guess Skyclave Apparition can hit some things. Yeah, let's make this exchange. Skyclave Apparition can hit like a Signet or something. Jite is not very good, but I think we just run it like this still. I'll keep the Ass for Ragavan, and maybe they'll have like a Baral or something. All right, very good hand. It's heavy on mana sources, but this is a situation where Mox Diamond really shines. So we can go... Do we want to get Urza Saga down on turn 1, actually? I kind of think we do. It's close. If we draw a 3-drop or something, no, we'll wait till turn 2. Well, no, that's actually probably the best way to put as much pressure on as possible. So we'll grab the Jite with this. Gideon Blackblade, okay. That's the sort of draw where like maybe we would have wanted to draw planes, but I still think it puts almost as much pressure on the board to just use the Saga anyways. And then, of course, if we drew a land or something, it would be a disaster if we'd played another land on turn 1. Okay, they missed their land drop. I don't really know what they're doing over there. It seemed like their deck just didn't really come together. Oh, actually, it's probably better to just grab Relic here. Actually, it's pretty close. No, I'm going to get the Skull Clamp. It actually helps us to push damage, too. Yeah, we swing for 10 on turn 3. Oh, wait, no. We have 10 power on board on turn 3. And then next turn, we can kill them, right? We play a Jite, so these become 5/5s. Yeah, we had lethal. So, pretty solid. Urza Saga has overperformed so far. That's our best matchup. I mean, a sort of Storm deck that didn't really get there is exactly... Oh, whoa, quick opponent. But yeah, Storm deck that didn't really get there is exactly what you want to play against with a mono-white deck. On the play here, I don't think we want to keep this one lander. Yeah, let's ship that one. This hand's much better. We can keep, and I think we just put back Gideon. We definitely want... We're not going to put back any of these 5 cards, I think. Gideon or Spectral Procession. Let's put back the Gideon and just have the low curve. The thing is, if we draw lands, we'd have a mana sink already in the Student of Warfare. Playing against someone who works for Wizards of the Coast, presumably. WotC, Heather Z. Heather's down to 5 cards. Hopefully, we can keep that. All right, 5 on 6. We'll play our Student of Warfare and pass turn. The worst case scenario would be seeing Forest Mana Elf. Mountain Swift Spear is fine. Lead Spellbinder, good draw. So we'll go Legionnaire. I don't love paying 2 life against a red deck, but I think it's probably okay. Hit for 1. If they have a burn spell for the Legionnaire, that's still not the end of the world, then they're not advancing their board probably, and then we can play the Spellbinder. If they go like 1 drop into burn spell on the Legionnaire, that would be bad. But then they would be down to 2 cards in hand. We'll take Visionary. All right, I like it. They don't have any attacks. Okay, good draw, but I think we want to just play the Spellbinder this turn, see what they have. All right, Sulfuric Vortex is super expensive now. We'll punch you for 3 and pass. There's some argument to leaving this back on defense, but I think I'd rather attack. They're probably tapping their Voltaic Visionary, and So yeah, they'll be able to hit us with Swift Spear, but that's a trade I'm willing to make. So they go land, Steamkin, and just pass. All right, that seems very good for us. All right, drawing a land there is pretty nice. So we could... I think we want to level up the Student of Warfare twice. We know their hand exactly. Yeah, this seems fine. We're going to hit them for 9. It's a lot of damage. In fact, we could just animate Mutavault. No, I think I'm just going to hit for 9. Then we'll see how they block. They just take it all. All right. Then let's oust this guy and pass. Huh, they concede. All right. So playing against Mono Red should be a good matchup, although their deck does look good. They have a low curve and they have Sulfuric Vortex. We can bring in Fate's Fetters, bad against Sulfuric Vortex, but good in general. And we can also bring in this nice blocker. Walking Ballista's an okay option as well. On the draw, we want the Mox Diamond. What do we not want? Adonto Vanguard is pretty bad. It's definitely bad on defense, and we're probably going to be on defense when we're on the draw. These all seem good. These all seem good, especially GT. I don't love paying life for the Legionnaire, but it's still a really good blocker. We could cut Gideon. It does give a creature lifelink, but if they're ahead on board, then they can kill it pretty easily. We could also cut Silverblade Paladin. Well, we need to make 2 cuts. I think it's just those 2. Yeah, we might make some changes when we're on the play, but I think there's a good lineup for game 2 on the draw. Well, that's not a hand we can keep. If this was like, if these three planes were Urza Saga, Strip Mine, Mutavault, great hand. But cannot keep a hand with 6 basic planes. Oof. I mean, I'll keep this hand, but we really need to draw land. So what do we put back? Could be planes. We should probably keep that one. Probably just Stoneforge. We already have the GT. It can get a Skull Clamp, but like, that's not really what this game is going to be about. I like that we have multiple very cheap removal spells, but if we need to pitch something to Solitude, we're just not going to have that much gas. Monastery Swift Spear. I think it's probably worth it to just oust this to slow them down, although it depends on what we draw. Okay, yeah, I think I'm going to oust this and just try and be mana efficient here. If we didn't have the Solitude, I would feel a little bit less comfortable doing that. But we do have the Solitude, and I just want to like get some creatures down and then get GT going. And preserving a life total and making sure the board is clean is a good way to do that. Then at the Bugbear into Young Pyromancer. Okay. So if we play Sun Gold Sentinel, they're pretty likely to burn spell it and get a 1/1. Do we want to nip that in the bud by using Solitude? I don't think so. Okay, definitely not drawing a land. I don't want to just like pitch all my spells. So we'll just play the Sun Gold Sentinel. Pass. They can kill it and get a 1/1, and that's a little bit unfortunate. But then we can, like, eventually we'll be able to hopefully clean up the tokens with a GT. They're drawing Swift Spear this turn. Do they have the burn spell? Maybe not. Chrome Mox. All right. They only have 3 cards, so if they pitch a card and then play a spell, they're down to 1 card. They could also just play this for the prowess trigger if they don't want to pitch something. Okay, they do pitch a Fire Blast. Into Sulfuric Vortex, okay. So we're taking 3 from this. I'll trade with the Young Pyromancer if they attack with that. All right, they do. Not going to Solitude this. I think we can beat the Sulfuric Vortex. Actually, good draw. So what do we want to get here? We can... Actually, maybe just Skyclave Apparition. Yeah, I think that's probably the pick. Because I would like to be able to gain life off of this this GT. Depending on what they do, we could end up solituding this Monastery Swiftspear, but I really would like to avoid it. Okay, now they're going to animate the Den of the Bugbear. That I will solitude. So we're not going to get to use this Skyclave, but we're going to be still in really good shape here, I think. So we take out the Den. They don't gain life because of the Sulfuric Vortex. We take 1. Oh, they just concede. That seems a little preemptive. Actually, yeah, that's just a... Why would you ever do that? Given that we had a GT, we would have won. But... Like, you hit us down to 13, we go to 11 in our upkeep. You're still at 21. We only have 2 cards. We're dead in 6 turns to this. I don't know. I don't really like that concession, but it is what it is. We are undefeated. I'll see you in the finals. All right, we have our round 3 opponent. We are undefeated in the die rolls, and we got to keep it going against Earl Squirrel. Cool name. We rolled a 6, too, so that's a good sign. All right, I'll keep this hand. We have both of our equipment, so a Stone Forge off the top would not be too good. We also don't have anything that works for the Skull Clamp, but I'm still pretty happy about this hand. Okay. I mean, we're just going to jam Sun Gold Sentinel here, nothing to exile, but that's okay. Let's get... actually, it's pretty close. Actually, no, we can play this. I was thinking, like, you generally want to get your planes down when you have Spectral Procession in your deck, but there's no draw that would make us be able to play Spectral Procession next turn either way. And there is a corner case scenario where we want to attack, so I think it's worth it to just get this Mishra's Factory down there. The best draw would be Strip Mine by a lot. Okay, just equip this here, hit for 4, and then play GT. Oof. Well, we can kill that with a factory, but that's still pretty annoying. Urza Saga, good draw. Actually, very good draw. So we'll go Saga, animate the factory, attack the Teferi, play Sun Gold Sentinel, exile the Teferi. I guess the Saga, we don't have anything to get with the Saga because the Skull Clamp's here, but just making 2 big artifacts is pretty good. Keep in mind, Mishra's Factory is also an artifact, so these are going to be some large constructs. That is exactly what we wanted to see. Something that is slow and does not impact the board. They just go to discard. Probably exiling their Thirst for Discovery. So now we need to decide if we would rather hit them for 2 damage or get 2 GT counters. I think I'd rather just equip the GT, actually. The GT should be able to be worth at least that much damage later in the game. Plus, it'll just be equipped for next turn, too. So we'll swing, exile your Thirst, because you might have Snapcaster Mage, and pass turn. Faith's Fetters the GT. We can Skyclave Apparition that later if we want to, but I think I'm just going to... Well, actually, no. Gaining Life doesn't even do anything. I'm just going to let this happen. We're going to continue getting counters off of it, and then eventually we can get rid of it with a... We can get rid of the Faith's Fetters if we really want to. So make a dude. Again, we don't have anything to search for with a Saga, unfortunately, but that's fine. Oh, man, drawing a land there is quite bad. So play land, animate this, equip this here, and attack with everything. It's 11 points of damage right there. We're very insulated against something like Fractured Identity. We're totally fine against the board sweeper. If they play board sweeper, we get to draw 2 and then still have the Mishra's Factory going. They could play like Elspeth's Son's Champion, and that would be a little bit problematic. Ooh, okay, so they can minus, and that would kill all of our creatures. All right, that's pretty bad. We can kill the Elspeth. Okay, good draws too. Yeah, we're probably fine here. So we draw. I guess if they have Solitude, that would be bad. Animate. Attack the Elspeth. Then really hope they don't have Daze, and we're going to go land Gideon. If we'd seen Daze already, okay, Force of Negation, that's fine. I mean, it's a little bit unfortunate, but not nearly as bad as a Daze would have been. Okay, Urza's not a problem. We can Skyclave that person to take it out if we really want to, but I don't even think that's worth it. Let's go Recruiter of the Guard. Now we can get Flicker Wisp to kill the token. I think I will get Flicker Wisp, but I'm actually just going to clamp this and try and draw more lands. Okay, no lands, but some good cards. Okay, we can kill them if they don't have anything. I think we're just going to pass, go for the end of turn Cathar Commando. And then we can untap Skyclave to take out the Faith Fetters and then threaten lethal. They need to have an answer for that. Okay, we'll see what they have under the Shell Dock. Karn. Okay, that's not too bad. They need to make a construct here for sure. Soul Ring. Okay, I mean, their deck is pretty broken. They hit us for 3. We'll take it. Then we go end of turn Cathar. If they counter this, that's fine. Okay, let's go land, Flicker Wisp. This is going to take out the construct token if we can. Now I think we just go oust the Urza and attempt to kill the Karn. Okay, that's totally fine. We're just going to play Solitude, pitching the Stoneforge Mystic. They do go up to 13 life now, so we're not that close to killing them anymore. But we get to totally just demolish their board. And then we have a good board presence. And do we want to... So we can play Skyclave and take out their Soul Ring. But then we're not going to be able to get our GT back. I think I would rather just play Skyclave and take out the Faith's Fetters. And then we can kill the token. So they're drawing one random card, and then they're drawing Urza next turn. But Urza's not that good with the GT active. All right, they concede. Sweet. So we are 5-0 in games. Hopefully we can finish it off strong. Their deck looks really good. I mean, they have Soul Ring. Elspeth is a house against us. They have some good lands. This honestly is going to be a pretty tough matchup, especially on the draw. But it's good to be up a game, of course. So, Mox Diamond on the draw. I do think Parallax Wave seems pretty good. They have multiple things that make tokens. What do we not want? I think I want the Solitude. I think I like these 4s. I think I like these 3s. Everything is pretty good, honestly. This is super close. I don't really want to cut a land. That's just too few lands to be discarding to Mox Diamond. I like Skyclave Apparition. Jeez, this is very hard. Maybe it is a land, but that's just so low on mana sources. But our curve is really low. No, I'm going to do it. I'm not 100% sure it's correct. If we draw Mox Diamond, we might just want it to be a Plains. But on the draw with a super low curve, I think this is correct. All right, good hand. No one drop, but lots of good 2s. Ugh, that's brutal. Absolutely brutal. Okay, well, we might just get stomped by broken artifact mana. That's part of the game in Vintage Cube, of course. They have 5 mana. We have 1. All right. This Thale is looking pretty silly. If they don't shuffle here, we're like pretty much just dead. And we just don't even have anything good to do. Like, what are we going to do? Play a 3-1 against this board on turn 2? They chose to not shuffle. Skyclave Apparition is a good draw. We'll just play Seasoned Hallowblade. This one is probably the best blocker. I'd be thrilled to trade a card in hand with this Construct token, even though that is getting 2 for 1. Okay, they spin Urza. That's good for us. They hit a land. I mean, that's some value, but like compared to what they could have done, that's not nearly as bad. Jeez, their deck is obscenely good. Soul Ring, multiple very cheap cantrips, and a double on color Signet. This is going to be tough. We have to draw a land here and take out their Soul Ring. We don't really have any good plays at all. I guess we'll play Stoneforge Mystic. Like, we need to hit land drops here. So this can get us Stoneforge or Skull Clamp, and if we don't draw land, we can at least use the clamp to start drawing cards. We're definitely going to draw Mox Diamond now. Land. Jeez. All right, pass. This is just brutal, though. We're doing nothing. I'd say we have like maybe 2% to win. All right. That 2% just went down to 0.2%. If we can draw land and resolve Spectral Procession, we could have a good chance of regaining the Monarchy. Or of taking it. I think it's basically impossible for us to win if they have turn 1 Soul Ring, though. So we just need to, like, hope they don't draw that. Because their deck is obviously just much more powerful than ours. We just need to be able to go under them and win before they can get their really powerful stuff going. But if they have Soul Ring, they can get their really powerful stuff going as quickly as the second turn. All right, I mean, I guess I will attempt to continue playing. Con, okay, they make a huge dude. We could draw Parallax Wave. We're going to block like that, keep one flyer so we can take the Monarchy. They don't have enough mana to animate their Colonnade right now. Okay, good draw. Okay, so we'll definitely be solituding that. Pitching Thalia, I think. So we get to become the Monarch, we get our Seasoned Hallowblade back, and then we can play Skyclave Apparition to take out their Karn. The problem is they still have these huge constructs. But if we can get GT going, we can maybe deal with them via combat. I will probably double block a construct with Stoneforge and Seasoned Hallowblade and discard a card to keep the Hallowblade around. I really hope this is just animating Colonnade. Elspeth Conquers Death. Okay, so they exile this, they get a 4/4, and then that will bring back Palace Jailer soon. Yeah, their deck goes way over the top of ours. Let's double block this, actually. And discard. I think the Elite Spellbinder, although I also don't think it matters. So we kill their Urza, take 8. They become the Monarch. They only have one card in hand. They can also use their Sheldock Isle, though. Okay. Fair enough. We're at 8. They're at 23. I guess I'll take a draw step, but I can't really think of what we could hit. I mean, like, Silverblade plus GT is really good. Maybe it's not quite over. Play an equip GT to the Soldier, or to the Spirit. There's the Mox Diamond, right when we wanted them. We can discard the Seasoned Hallowblade, though, so it actually does still give us some value. Oh, they're also just going to get their Elspeth Conquers Death to bring back something next turn. Gideon. If they ultimate, do we just die? Probably. They do ultimate. We can kill 2 things. Chump, go to 1, and yeah, I mean, there's no way we're winning from that position. So, all right, GG. We get to be on the play. Hopefully they don't have Soul Ring. But this is a pretty brutal matchup. They just go way over the top of what we're doing. Let's bring out the Mox Diamond, bring the Plains back in, and then I think we just run it back. Yep, we have a very clear plan. That's just to go under them, be faster than them, and make sure they don't draw Soul Ring. On the play. Okay, I mean, no 1-mana play, but Strip Mine is good if they don't have Soul Ring. Again, like, Soul Ring just invalidates our entire game plan. Like, if we could, like, Thalia plus Strip Mine, stuff like that just means nothing when your opponent has 2 extra mana every turn. Okay, do we play Thalia or Strip Mine them immediately? I think it's better to get Thalia down first. Oh, okay, if we can use our mana, then I'm going to Strip Mine them immediately. All right, nice. Now we get to play Thalia. I'm playing it pre-combat so that they cannot condemn our Figure of Destiny, although it seems like they were F6 here anyways. Okay, I mean, this is the sort of game we can win. See, now we're really effectively taxing their mana. We can play Elite Spellbinder and take their first play. Oh, wow, their hand is just terrible. I don't care about a single card here. That Strip Mine just demolished our opponent. If they draw a blue source, what are we the most afraid of? Nothing. Maybe Snapcaster Mage? I guess I'll hit Snapcaster, but that's just such a hilariously weak hand. We just need to put pressure on them and win before they can draw out of it, though. That's the key. So we have 6 power on board. We can level this up to have more. They do draw their land, so they can play Monastery Mentor, which we will just take out with Skyclave Apparition. Really good draw there as well. We'll level this up and swing on in there for 7. And then they're dead on board next turn. I don't think there's anything they could draw. We know their hand. Terminus is not in the format. I guess they can play Balance. Okay, they get Urza. But we can just play and kick the Intrepid Adversary. So they're taking 4 in the air. They're just dead on board. All right, sweet. Got the trophy. You love to see it. All right, this was our sweet mono white trophy deck, and it was just very, very good. The one knock against it was that it was a little bit light on 1-mana creatures. We only had 3, but we had a great mana base, like 2 Manlands, Strip Mine, Urza Saga. Saga and Strip Mine in particular completely won games on their own. We had good equipment for the Stoneforge, a nice low curve, a couple really good 3-drops. Solitude was pretty strong. I mean, this deck was just very, very powerful overall. Mox Diamond was good one game, actually. It was pretty good one game. I wish we had a normal Mox. That was one way that this deck certainly could have been upgraded. But it was powerful, it was fast, and it won every single round. So you love to see it. If you want to be able to draft sweet decks like this, you can either force mono white every time or attend my course, or both. And I think either one, you should sign up for my course. I think it's really, really valuable, a lot of fun, and you can learn a lot. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.